Hi there, welcome back. We're here again, so I'm gonna be drawing Penelope now, or Pen, however you want to call her. I find it easier to say Pen because Penelope just comes out Spanish to me. So I feel like I always have the music too low, but it distracts me so much to talk over it. So I hope it's not too bothersome for you. So we're continuing where we left off yesterday, and if you're interested in watching that, it's still on Twitch and it's gonna be on YouTube too eventually. We're gonna be working on the hair today, so let's start already. I'm gonna pull all the line art together because I had it in 2 layers. And let's start working, shall we? Mm-hmm. Okay, I have a bit of a mess with the brushes around here. Let me just close everything I'm not using. There. Hi! Welcome to the stream. Okay, So excuse my ignorance, but I don't know what's a raid because I'm very new on Twitch. So there's a notification there that you started a raid, and I'm not really sure what this is. Oh, okay. I'm not sure if you're writing. I'm gonna wait a few seconds before I say anything else. Oh, okay. That's cool. I didn't know you could do that. Well, thank you so much for doing that. I'll see if I can do that next time. Because I didn't even know that that existed. I'll Google it and make sure I know a bit more about it. Yeah, and it also sounds like a good chance to, bring some visibility to other artists or creators that aren't that noticed yet. So thank you so much for doing that. Are you a digital artist as well? Or traditional? Or both, as we all are sometimes? Oh no, I painted on the wrong layer. Okay, no biggie. I was supposed to do the hair on another layer and I got distracted. That's awesome. I'll make sure to check out your channel as soon as I finish the stream. We have to support each other. You're very welcome. Okay, so now I'll make sure I'll work on a new layer for the hair. I'm sure you'll get the hang of it, of digital and all, soon. It takes a little bit, but it's worth it. I love traditional too, don't get me wrong, but it's been so useful to know how to use digital tools. Okay. Hmm. I think I should move the reference photo so it's actually a bit more visible on the screen, because I feel like I'm always covering it. I don't realize it because I'm actually looking at it on the other screen. But just so you can see it better when you're watching. Okay, she has this cute curl around here. And I do love to draw curls, so So, welcome to everyone that's joining. If you ever have any questions about anything that I'm doing or any other doubt, please don't hesitate to ask. A lot of times there's things that are very mechanical to me, and I know that they're not exactly the same for everyone. I'm having a lot of fun painting pen. I've been wanting to do it for a long time. I'm really liking how she's coming out, even though we only have, well, we don't even have the full line art yet, but thank you. Yeah, she's so cute in the show. I don't know if you've watched it. So I really wanted to capture her nice personality. I've chosen this reference picture, but I'm changing the hairstyle a bit because I like it better when she's with her hair down. Oh, okay. So she's so I don't know if you know anything about Bridgerton. It's basically this sort of period inspired romance. And obviously she's not the main character, but she's one of the important characters. And yes, she's very sweet. I'm not gonna spoil anything for you in case you ever want to watch it. I really like period romances, but I know that they're not for everyone. But this is very like Jane Austen style, like Pride and Prejudice and such. Like the time period is the same, very inspired on it. I'm gonna add here one of my crazy strands of hair, as I always do, to make the hairdo look more natural. Yeah, I had a lot of fun watching it, and it's really good because there's not like a lot of period romance style things are always the same because they're books that have been written for centuries, right? But this is pretty new. I think the book is, I don't know, from 10 years ago or something, and I really like it. Thank you both. Hair is something very fun for me. I really enjoy it. It's something that I've always liked to paint. I usually give tips when I draw it because I know that it's something that it's tricky. I do have, like, in case you're interested, I have a tutorial on my YouTube channel where I try to explain better all the the different hairstyles and how to approach them and basically my technique for it. I think that that might be a bit better than just a few tips that I'll be saying here. So if you're interested in that, I think I have the link down below somewhere to my YouTube channel, and you'll find it there if you're interested. And thank you so much to exceed the exile. I don't know if it looked like I was ignoring you, but I was thinking. Sorry, my tongue got tongue tied. I was thinking you too before. Hi and welcome to the stream too. Okay, and now we're going to the part that's gonna take a while, which is all those scrolls up there.
Don't cry.
I'm concentrating a bit over here. I tend to get very focused when drawing hair for whatever reason. It just relaxes me somehow. I keep wondering in all the streams, and I always forget to ask whoever's there, um, do you hear the music or not? Because I have music in the background, but it bothers me a bit if it's too loud when I'm talking. Then again, I'm not talking all the time, so I'm not sure if it's even. Oh, okay. Because sometimes when I download the recording later and hear it, I can't hear a thing, and I'm not sure. Great, that's great. That's exactly what I want to do to know. Because whenever I turn it a bit louder, because I think you might not be hearing it, I feel like I can't hear myself think properly. You are definitely synchronized over there. So a little hair tip that I always give, and sometimes I do this in the end when I'm finishing the hair, is to add like loose strands. Yeah, she looks really cute. Like I showed yesterday the pictures references I'm using, and I have a few screen caps from the show, and I really like her expression here. But I had this view with her hair down, and I just liked it more when she has this hairdo. Go over there. This is the house that I drew a few days ago, and that I needed the reference to as well. And yeah, I just think she looks cuter with the other hairdo. Oops, I think I closed my reference. Yeah. To be honest, I think it's more true to the time of the time period to have the hair up, but I just like it better when they have a long and their hair down hairdo. I don't know how to explain it. By the way, I think I got sidetracked. I was saying that one tip that I always give about hair is that I always add these loose strands around. I think I said it before. I don't know if I said it today because I always say it. But yeah, for example, when I finish something like this that is barely, like, it's basically the shape that it should be around here, more or less, I always add like a line or two like this. Sometimes I go a bit more crazy, sometimes I don't. With curly hair, I always go way more crazy because curly hair is pretty crazy. I should know. But yeah, it just gives it an extra realism to the hair. It just looks much more real than if everything is suddenly very neat and perfect, you know? It's just because I get a bit crazy with hair, especially with curly hair. Sometimes it's just filler though. I do a few curls like this and then I add some lines and it looks like there's curls there, but there's not. But it's just tricks, I guess. Obviously, with the color later, like the effect will be the same because there will be some of these parts that will be colored dark because they're in shadow and the detail will die down a bit. Also, because too much detail will be like a bit tiring to the eye. So I'm jumping from one side of the hair to another just because I'm sort of... There's a lot of parts that I want to work on and I can't decide because there's so much detail everywhere. So that's why I'm sort of jumping here and there whenever I feel like it. Doesn't really matter, right? There's a big, nice curl right here. So let's draw it, more or less. Oh, I'll make sure I'll see if I can check your stream out. Like, I don't know if the time zones and such coincide, but I'll make sure to check it out. I hope it helps, because sometimes I rumble a lot, but I think I gave a lot of good tips in that video, because I basically explained my technique and then did examples of every sort of hairstyle, like straight, then I did wavy, curly, and all of that. So I think there's plenty to go from there, you know? And then it's just all practice, after all. Now that I think about it, I was gonna to yeah, I think I was going to add something to the hair, but not exactly what she's wearing because it looks like she has a bun. Mm. Oh, okay, that's perfect. I'm such an inconsistent streamer that I try to do that sometimes, but I can't do it most of the times. But I'll check yours out because that's definitely more helpful than what I've been doing, which is basically notify my followers on Instagram and say, "Hey, I'm doing a stream in 20 minutes." I guess I need to get used to it. I honestly, I think I learned pretty fast after I learned the trick that I show in the video. But I know everyone is different, right? But I think that after I understood that, suddenly I could draw any hair. Like, I just could understand it better. So I hope that it helps for you too, and maybe you will learn how to draw hair very, very fast if it works for you as it did for me. Yeah, so far too, I haven't been dedicating as much time to Twitch as it for it to be really serious. I've been trying to stream maybe 1-2 times a week, but I'm hoping that eventually I'll get better at organizing myself with the streams and all. I hope so. I guess it also depends if it like I had so much fun drawing hair and I still do. And I think that that helps a lot. You know, if you have fun doing something, it suddenly works better and it turns out better because you're enjoying it. I hope I don't forget to draw her necklace and her earring. Yesterday I wasn't feeling up to it, so I left it for today, and now I'm concentrating so much on the hair that I'm thinking that I might forget as well. I mean, I can always add it later when I remember, but it would be good if I remembered after I finish the hair. Yeah, obviously, like I think the advice I give in that video helps with any technique really, because it's sort of based in how realistic hair draw works and how you will draw it. But once you find your way, it will be good. So I'm making a pause because I'm looking at hair accessories to see what I will draw here. Just to know where to place it mainly. Okay, so I think I'm gonna draw some sort of bow like she has here, but behind the hair. Because that's how she wears the accessories on most of her other hairdos that have the hair down. So back to my original reference photo, and I'll keep working. So this part I'm basically gonna have to imagine. That's no problem because I've been sort of making it up anyway. Same, it was nice to meet you. Thank you so much for coming by. I hope so as well. Have a nice rest of the day or night. Bye. This is basically the moment where I start making up things. I'm just gonna fill these shapes around here with shapes that look like curls. This is just basically because even if it's a curly hairstyle, you don't have to draw all the single curls. Though I enjoy doing it, but I know it can be time consuming. And not all people have patience for that. So a lot of times in different styles of drawing, you could simplify that. Oh, that's great. I'm gonna go follow you both later. Have you been on Twitch long, or have you just started? Well, I mean, maybe not just started, but recently. It's just so nice to find supportive people. I've been streaming for a few weeks now, and no one has stayed in the chat as long as you have. You both. I mean, like a lot of times people log in, say hi, and go out. Okay, so more or less like me. I think I've started, I don't know, maybe a month ago, but I haven't been very consistent. Because, they say that you should stream every day and all of that, and I really don't have the time for that. Same, really. There's still things that I'm not sure how they're going. A lot of times I have my streams open in the background because I'm like, is it working? Yeah, same. I'm not. I've never seen many streams, so I feel like maybe I lack on that. Maybe I should get into watching more streams to get used to it. But yeah, a lot of times I'm here drawing by myself with this music, which is basically music to avoid copyright claims, and I don't really love it, so it's just ambient music, and I get very bored when no one logs in and talks to you. So I rather prefer that someone logs in and says hi, or at least say something from time to time, because I feel like I'm talking here by myself all the time. It's really nice when people chat to you. I really feel like, oh yay, great, people are talking to me, someone keeps me company. Though I understand a lot of people are not very fond of talking with a stranger. And they just log in to see what you're doing or whatever, but still. I also feel that what's the fun of doing a stream if you're not talking to the people there, You're not interacting. Yeah, that's a really good idea. Like, I should start doing my streams sooner, because a lot of times when I finish streaming, I have other things to do and I have to literally close it and go away to make my dinner or so, because it's like usually 8 p.m. when I finish. But it's really really nice to do that. I should look into that and start doing it after my streams. Maybe when I start planning them better. Yeah, yeah, that happens a lot. It's just, I mean, in YouTube it's a bit like less like that, but sometimes it happens to me the same when I open a YouTube video, and sometimes it's like immediate love, and you're just subscribing and checking out their videos, and sometimes it's just like, I don't like you. Sorry, I don't like you. And I guess in streams it's even more like that, because you're just right there. Like just yesterday, just as a sidetrack thing, my boyfriend showed me a streamer that's supposed to be very famous here in Spain. Is a gamer. I don't follow gamers much. Yeah, vibe check. No, we each vibe with different things, right? So it's very subjective, but yeah. Thank you. I like you too already. Like, we haven't met like for long, but I like your vibes too. But yeah, I was saying when my boyfriend showed me a streamer yesterday, and he's supposed to be very famous like recently here in Spain. He's a gamer, and the man seemed so rude. Like I just watched like 5 minutes of video, and I was like, why people follow this man? Like I've just seen 5 seconds of video, and I'm like, I don't like you. You're very rude, and how can people watch you and you are famous? I don't know. I don't I don't mean to seem to sound harsh, but I don't think a lot of people deserve to be as famous as they are sometimes. Love at first sight. Don't worry, I get you. I get that you're joking. I'm starting to get your vibes. Yeah, it's not my thing at all, definitely. But it's not only that. Like he was like I'm just gonna tell you. Yay! Love at first chat. I love that. They should make um like this millennial uh, merge with that love at first chat. I like that. You should how do you call it, register. You should register that quote as your own. But yeah, I'm just gonna tell you what he said on the video, so you can tell me if it's just me or not. But he was basically, it was a Twitter video, it wasn't a stream, but supposedly he's saying that he doesn't have time to do anything, and that he's spending like 900, well he said euros, but it will be like $1,000 a month in eating, like in ordering food. And he was, instead of like just saying that and hey, I don't have time, I'm doing that, it's my choice, it's okay. I guess he was responding to negative comments, but he was like, hey, I know I can cook better than you, I just choose not to because I don't have time. And he was just like with this vibe, or being, hey, you don't know if you cook better than me or not. Why are you saying that? Why are you with that vibe? It's just, he gave me all the chills and the bad vibes, possibly. Then another thing is that he's supposedly being saving his garbage in the freezer because he doesn't have time to put it out. And it's like, come on, really? Like, do you have time to shower? I don't know, it felt so odd because, I mean, you're a streamer. You can choose not to stream at a certain moment, you know? Yeah. Like, sometimes you just get someone's humor, sometimes you don't. Yeah. I think that he might have suddenly become famous or something, and he doesn't know how to manage his time, but it's like, there's so many other things that you can do instead of spending that much money in eating out, or not eating out, of having food ordered, or you can take out the garbage. Come on, for God's sakes, put it in the freezer. It's just so disgusting. I think it's hard to see when people are joking in chats, especially because sometimes it feels like you can read it in so many ways. If you're, for example, in a bad mood, you suddenly read it like worst, and if you're in a good mood you might just get it, or if you get the person then you might get it. But yeah, it's hard to know in chat, so a lot of times I also clarify, or add a hey, I'm just joking, or hey, I'm just saying this, and I don't know, I don't mean to be harsh or something. I always clarify because I feel like sometimes the same, just you sound mean and you don't mean to. It's just hard to read in a chat. I'm feeling that I've added, okay, so looking a bit at it, that I've added too many hairs around here and too little around here. So let's do the crazy swapping the canvas thing that sometimes is very terrifying. Just like now. And the problem is that he was like 35. Like, you could tell by his face, he was pretty adult. So he probably wasn't very. I think he got famous pretty fast. He's probably not used to the fame and all, and people getting into, because obviously people will get like have the right, feel like they have the right to comment on your life choices. But yeah, like I think you have a lot of things right there, because that's what I thought when like I thought he can't deal with the fame right now. He can't deal with people getting into telling him how to live, and he didn't like it, so they lashed out. But I don't know. It's like, just because you're famous, because he kept saying, I earned that much money, I can do whatever I want with my money. Obviously, like, obviously, you can do whatever you like with your money. You don't need to be rude about that. So, swapping the canvas like this, I've realized that her eye looks odd. The moment of truth. I don't know exactly what it is. People, don't flip your canvas if you don't want to change your whole drawing. Just as a general advice from me. I don't know what it is. I think it's mostly the brow, but I was fighting with the brow for so long yesterday that I don't even want to touch it anymore. And here I am touching it anyway. I'm gonna flip the canvas again and pretend I haven't seen that, because I can't seem to pinpoint what it is that I don't like there. Whoops. So I'm gonna add some more volume over. Yeah, I'm gonna add some volume around here, because it definitely feels like there's too much hair in this side and too little on this one. Which, I mean, is obviously from the perspective, but it looks very uh unbalanced. It might be because of this. Give me a second. I fix this and I read you, because I've looked up and I've seen a lot of text and I'm like, um, I'm losing my train of thought. So give me a second. I think that might be better. Okay, I'm reading you now. Oh, cool. I'm gonna save the username in another tab so I don't forget. I think this chat stays on the Twitch stream later, but just in case. Will do. I definitely need to get more into watching Twitch, and I think I haven't found many people I vibe with, um, because sometimes I log into the streams and maybe I'm doing something and it sort of distracts me. So a lot of times I just don't pay attention. But I definitely need to find like a time to watch Twitch streams and find more that I vibe with. So I'm gonna check them out. Thank you so much for the recommendation. Because I've searched for a few streamers of people I follow and such, but then a lot of times they do streams in some time frames that I can't watch them, you know? I can always watch the replay, but it will be good to be in there with them sometimes. Okay, so I think I'm gonna try to add the accessory now. I think that definitely helps. A bit more balanced now. I'm gonna basically make up the shape that I'm gonna add in the back. I think something like this might work. Okay, let's try it out. So yeah, definitely don't know what I've drawn there. And I don't know if I like it. It doesn't look very elegant. Oh no, what have I done? Oh, okay. It's alright. Don't worry. Well, so soon you were with me for an hour, so it's okay. Same. It was fun having you here. I wish you a good rest of the day. And yeah, I hope I can catch you in a stream maybe of your own next time. Bye. Have a nice day or night. I'm fighting so much with what to put on there on her hair. Mm. I think I want to jump into the earrings now and forget about her hair for a moment and see what I can do later. I'm gonna lower the opacity on here so it's not as confusing. Okay, earring number one done. Let's erase the little lines below it. Oh. I'm gonna make my eraser smaller. There. Okay. Now for the necklace. I'm gonna combine this with the line art already. Okay. because I'm trying to make the flowers faster, but I don't like how they look. They look like eggs instead of flowers. Start again. Mm. I don't get to see in the photo what exactly is the rest of the shapes between the flowers. I think they're just sort of like diamonds, some sort of gem. That's what I think, at least. Hmm. Let's see how I add that. Okay, I don't just like how that looks. It almost seems like it's another flower. Okay, I think that looks good enough. I'm thinking, should I make the flowers a bit bigger? Let's do it. Yeah, I think that's better. I'll erase a bit of... This is why I did the line in another layer, because I thought that I might need to move it or something. A lot of times I end up with... Well, I don't end up with that many layers because I pull them together later, but I do create a lot in new layers when I'm working. And then, I just pull them back down. Okay, so just to finish up the line art, I'm gonna see the rest of the reference photos to see what I can draw in her hair. I don't even know if I should leave it like this, but she's like, they're usually so full of accessories that I sort of feel bad if I leave it like that. I keep observing her brow, so I want to try something. I'm just gonna try to draw it again. Sometimes this helps, sometimes it doesn't, but it won't hurt, Well, I'm not sure if it works better, but I like it better, so I'm gonna keep it. Okay. So now I'm gonna got sidetracked there. I'm gonna check out the references as I told you. Okay, so there's a ballroom scene where she seems like she has some sort of tiara, but the images got out. Then there's another where she has some sort of bow, but it's like very soft. This is the one I can show you. It's just easy. Okay, where's my mouse? So see, there's a bow right there. And it sort of works. It could work with the hairstyle I'm doing. And the one I told you before was this one. And I don't know if you can see here, but there some lines that feel like a tiara. And then here she has some flowers that we wouldn't see in a hairdo like this. So I guess I could just keep them and pretend it was something like this. And here she has another sort of tiara. And I'm not going to draw this because I've already drawn all the hair. So I really don't feel like putting a tiara on top of that. And yeah, that's no, I think I had one after this. Yeah, and here she just has some feathers. Featheringtons, so feathers. I was surprised to see the feathers there. It was sort of fun, but it fits with her outfit, definitely. I don't know. I'm trying to decide. I think I'm gonna keep her like this. Yeah. Okay, so I realized that I should probably have made her bigger before I did the line art. Let's see if it doesn't get too messed up when I made it bigger. Okay, I think that's good. I'm a bit confused with the other eye. And I think I just figured out what happened to him. Let's try. Is it better now? I should probably flip the canvas again, but I'm scared. The last time it wasn't such a nice experience. Let's do it. Okay, so I'm thinking that maybe the problem is that this eye should be smaller and it is in fact the same size or almost bigger. Let's try to fix it in this position and see if I can fix it. I'm gonna switch the reference photo back to the one I was using because the position is based on that. So let's try. I don't know if I should move the brow too. Maybe I should. Let's cut it to another layer. And same with the brush. With light. Oh. With the brow. Oh my god. Okay, so let's try something. I feel like her brow is actually longer in this side. So there and there. Let's fix the eye first. I think that position is better. And the eye should be bigger. Maybe it's the other one, the other eye that should be smaller. I'm not sure. Okay, let's try flip the canvas again, see if it looks better. I'm not sure if it's completely fixed, but it does look a bit better to me. Sorry about my voice. We keep it like this and we'll start coloring. Basically, we already have a very skin tone like tone in the background, so I don't know if I should keep it, go a bit darker maybe. Yeah, darker I think. So let's fill the full thing up. Just to make sure we see it better. gonna start with clothes because it's gonna be a bit more annoying to fix the hair. I'm gonna make it bigger in here because I sort of want to do like a V shape in a way. Maybe like this. Yeah, I think that looks good. You could do the one thing and invert the selection to fix these sort of hairs. I just, for some reason, like to do it this way because sometimes the selection, doesn't select. As you can see, my line art in a lot of parts is very faint, it's not very opaque, and a lot of times I had trouble with that later on. So I would rather do it with a brush than do it with a wand and later have to go over every line as well, because I will be doing the same that I'm doing right now, fixing the little things. And honestly, I think it's more time consuming that way. So I'll rather just do it myself than to do that. It's all personal preference, obviously. I'm gonna do the little hairs later with the other layer on because I feel like I'm not sure exactly where all the hairs go because I can't see them all properly. Like around here, for example. Kind of, there's a hair like that.
Don't cry.
Okay, so I'm gonna turn the other layer up. Like this is a bit harder to distinguish, but we can still do it more or less. We can always fix it later. I think I did it more or less okay. Okay, so this is my base layer. I'm gonna basically select this. Wait, better this way. And color in the rest of the things. So the dress will be yellow because it's such a Penelope color in this show. Let's see if this one looks good. A bright warm yellow. Perfect. Cute. Swinging a bit, fixing certain lines because sometimes you might not realize it, but go and fill up things that you don't want to, like around here, because of the weird selection tool sometimes. Okay, so I'm gonna erase now this bit on the hair. I try to label my layers to keep it a bit more organized. Now the hair, because the rest will be basically the same color. So she has a bit of orangey, what do you call that? Redhead? Probably, yeah. Okay, maybe this. I think that works. Yeah. Okay, so let's fill in the hair. I'm going to take advantage that I have a smaller brush now, and I'm going to do the contour because the hair is going to be a bit more annoying, so I'll rather just start with it and do all the contours and then just move along to fill it. I think we could do with a bit of a bigger one. What's going on here? This should be filled. I need to remember to fill that up later. It should be filled, shouldn't it? I'm trying to think. Yes, it's this that shouldn't be filled. Which one was the one that added to the selection? Let me save. There. Okay. Much better. Still this one should be erased from there. So you might think I'm very concentrated over here, but I'm actually thinking of how hungry I am. It's almost dinner time around here. And I'm already thinking about it. I don't know if I should take off the selection. Like, it is comfortable, but not in this part because it's gonna be so messy with the curls. Yeah, I think I will. So satisfying when you fill it up. I really like how it's looking. Let's zoom out for a second, just to appreciate it. Yay! Okay, so now I'm just sort of gonna fill. I think. Just realized that I should erase this line so it looks a bit better. There. Just gonna fill for now. I don't know if it is because I'm hungry, but I'm getting a bit impatient. So I'm going to do the contour of this part of the hair. Basically here, I'm not going to get into the curls. And I'm going to color in, because that feels more satisfying to me right now. Like advancing more. In any way, I will probably be ending the stream really soon. Because you know me, around the hour and a half I usually go. I feel that I might be doing too short of streams for Twitch. Because I feel like most people do several hours of stream, but for me, like 2 hours of stream already seems like a lot. People have such a short attention span for things like TikTok and Instagram videos that I wonder if anyone really has the attention to stay in a stream for like 4 hours, like in gamers' cases. I would probably get annoyed. Okay, so I was going to fill up the hair and then leave it, but I'm honestly not feeling like filling up all these little curls because that part is just a bit annoying and one of my least favorite parts, you will say. I'm pretty sure. Because I can't think right now of anything that bothers me more than filling that. Like, it's not completely horrible, but you know, one of my least favorite. So we'll leave it at that. I think we did great progress today. So we finished all that hair, which might look simple, but it's not because there's a lot of things there. And we did a bit of the coloring too. So really, like from this stage on, is really fast because I'm just gonna add some basic shadows and lights. I'll see if I can do a stream tomorrow, maybe to do this, because I will really like to have this finished this week. But I don't know. I'll see. I'll decide later. In any case, I always warn about my streams on Instagram. I always say that, just in case you're new or whatever, or you're seeing this later. Yeah, I warn about my streams on Instagram in stories and all. And I'll try to eventually get a better schedule for this as well. So, thank you so much to everyone that passed by and talked to me or not, it's fine. And thank you so much to anyone who might be watching later. I'll see you on the next one. Bye!